Are robotaxis the future of transportation, or just another overblown Silicon Valley dream? Today, we're diving deep into WeRide, a company that's been generating some serious buzz. Morgan Stanley thinks it's a buy, but is the hype justified? What's the real story behind the Nvidia investment, and can WeRide truly compete with the giants? Because let's be honest, we've heard these promises before and many times they have fallen flat. Is this time different? Morgan Stanley analyst Hsiao has reaffirmed his buy rating for WeRide, setting a price target of $23. Now, Hsiao isn't just pulling numbers out of thin air. He cites a number of factors, including the recent surge in WeRide's stock price following Nvidia's investment. But before you jump on the bandwagon, let's take a closer look at what's driving this optimism. This isn't just about blind faith. It's about understanding the underlying market dynamics and WeRide's position within them. But is this enough for a strong and confident buy? The Nvidia investment is key here. Although the investment was relatively small and made before WeRide's IPO, it sent a powerful message to the market. It signals that a major player in the AI and autonomous driving space sees potential in WeRide's technology. This is more than just a financial transaction. It's a validation of WeRide's capabilities and a potential gateway to future collaborations. Think of it as a vote of confidence from the AI kingmaker. But let's be clear, small investments don't always equate to big returns. So what is the real value here? The market's reaction to the Nvidia news was swift and decisive. WeRide's stock price jumped, reflecting the strong investor interest in the robotaxi sector. This tells us that there's a real appetite for innovation and disruption in the transportation industry. Investors are hungry for the next big thing, and robotaxis are seen as a potential game changer. But is this enthusiasm based on solid fundamentals, or is it just another case of FOMO, fear of missing out? We will delve deeper into this. Hsiao also points out that WeRide is well-positioned to compete as global ride-hailing companies try to hold their ground against Tesla's advancements in autonomous vehicles. This is a crucial point. The robotaxi market is shaping up to be a battleground, with established players and ambitious startups vying for dominance. WeRide needs to prove it can not only survive, but thrive in this intensely competitive environment. Can they really take on Tesla? This is a David versus Goliath scenario playing out in real time. Imagine Uber and Lyft scrambling to integrate autonomous driving technology into their fleets. They're facing immense pressure from Tesla, which is rapidly developing its own self-driving capabilities. This creates an opportunity for companies like WeRide to partner with these ride-hailing giants and provide them with the technology they need to stay competitive. It's a strategic advantage that could give WeRide a significant leg up. But can WeRide deliver the goods at scale? That's the million-dollar question. The potential of the robotaxi market is enormous. Imagine a world where transportation is cheaper, safer, and more efficient. Robotaxis could revolutionize urban mobility, reduce traffic congestion, and improve air quality. They could also provide transportation solutions for elderly and disabled individuals, expanding access and opportunity. The possibilities are truly transformative, but we are still a long way off. What are the roadblocks preventing this robotaxi revolution? Now, let's talk about Hsiao himself. According to TipRanks, Hsiao has an average return of -5.0% and a 36.54% success rate. He covers the consumer cyclical sector, focusing on stocks like Geely Automobile Holdings, Hsiao Group-sponsored ADR, and WeRide Incorporated-sponsored ADR. It's important to consider an analyst's track record when evaluating their recommendations. While Hsiao's rating is positive, it's crucial to do your own research and make informed decisions. Never blindly follow anyone's advice, especially when it comes to your money. Is he a reliable source? Let's dig deeper. WeRide is currently focusing on Level 4 autonomous driving, which means the vehicle can handle most driving situations without human intervention. However, Level 4 systems still require human oversight in certain scenarios, such as extreme weather or unexpected road conditions. The ultimate goal is Level 5 autonomy, where the vehicle can drive itself in any situation without any human input. This is where the real magic happens. WeRide is actively working towards that goal, but the path is fraught with challenges. How close are they really to achieving Level 5 autonomy? It's a race against time. One of the key technologies powering WeRide's autonomous driving system is LiDAR, light detection and ranging. LiDAR uses laser beams to create a 3D map of the surrounding environment, allowing the vehicle to perceive its surroundings with incredible accuracy. This is crucial for navigating complex urban environments and avoiding obstacles. WeRide is constantly refining its LiDAR technology to improve its performance and reliability. Is LiDAR the only way to go? Some companies are betting on cameras and radar, but WeRide is firmly in the LiDAR camp. Why? WeRide employs sensor fusion, which combines data from multiple sensors, LiDAR, cameras, radar, and ultrasonic sensors, to create a comprehensive understanding of the vehicle's surroundings. This redundancy is critical for safety, as it ensures that the system can still function effectively even if one sensor fails. Sensor fusion is a complex and computationally intensive process, but it's essential for achieving reliable autonomous driving. It's not just about having the sensors, it's about making sense of all the data. How well is WeRide doing this? Companies like Tesla are pushing for end-to-end learning, using neural networks to directly map sensor inputs to driving actions. This approach bypasses traditional rule-based systems and allows the AI to learn from vast amounts of data. However, it also raises concerns about interpretability and safety. WeRide seems to be taking a more cautious approach, combining elements of both rule-based systems and neural networks. A paper published in IEEE Transactions on Intelligent Transportation Systems, site-specific paper if possible, explored the safety implications of different autonomous driving architectures. What is WeRide's strategy, and is it the right one? Safety is paramount in the robotaxi industry. Any accident involving an autonomous vehicle could have devastating consequences, both for the individuals involved and for the public perception of the technology. WeRide needs to demonstrate that its systems are safe and reliable before it can deploy them on a large scale. This requires rigorous testing, validation, and ongoing monitoring. Because ultimately, people need to trust these vehicles. Are they doing enough to ensure passenger safety? What are the potential pitfalls? The robotaxi industry faces significant regulatory hurdles. Governments around the world are grappling with how to regulate autonomous vehicles, and the rules vary widely from place to place. WeRide needs to navigate this complex regulatory landscape carefully to ensure that it can operate legally and safely. This requires close collaboration with regulators and a willingness to adapt to changing rules. It's a political minefield. Can WeRide successfully navigate it? Public perception is crucial for the success of the robotaxi industry. If people don't trust autonomous vehicles, they won't use them. WeRide needs to build public trust by demonstrating the safety and reliability of its technology. This requires transparency, communication, and a willingness to address public concerns. Because ultimately, it's about winning hearts and minds. How can WeRide overcome public skepticism and foster widespread adoption? Autonomous vehicles also raise complex ethical dilemmas. For example, in the event of an unavoidable accident, how should the vehicle be programmed to prioritize different lives? These are difficult questions with no easy answers. WeRide needs to address these ethical considerations proactively and develop a framework for making responsible decisions in challenging situations. It's not just about technology, it's about morality. What are WeRide's ethical principles? Robotaxis collect vast amounts of data about their passengers and their surroundings. This data could be used to track people's movements, analyze their behavior, and even predict their future actions. WeRide needs to protect the privacy of its users and ensure that their data is not misused. This requires robust data security measures and a commitment to transparency. What is WeRide's data privacy policy, and how does it protect user data? The widespread adoption of robotaxis could lead to significant job displacement, particularly for taxi drivers and delivery drivers. This is a serious concern that needs to be addressed. WeRide needs to consider the social and economic consequences of its technology and work to mitigate the negative impacts. What is WeRide doing to support workers who may be displaced by autonomous vehicles? Are there plans for retraining or alternative employment opportunities? Investing in WeRide, like any investment, carries risks. The robotaxi market is still in its early stages, and there's no guarantee that WeRide will be successful. Competition is fierce, regulatory hurdles are significant, and public acceptance is uncertain. Investors need to carefully weigh the risks and rewards before investing in WeRide. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. What are the biggest risks facing WeRide, and how is the company addressing them? Before you invest in WeRide, consider other opportunities in the autonomous driving space. There are numerous companies developing autonomous driving technology, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Consider diversifying your portfolio to reduce your risk. Don't get fixated on just one company. What are some alternative investments in the autonomous driving sector, and how do they compare to WeRide? The future of the robotaxi market is uncertain, but the potential is undeniable. If WeRide can overcome the challenges and capitalize on the opportunities, it could become a major player in the transportation industry. However, success is not guaranteed. The company needs to continue innovating, building partnerships, and demonstrating the safety and reliability of its technology. The road ahead is long and winding, but the destination could be transformative. What are the key milestones that WeRide needs to achieve in the next few years? Now, let's hear the other side. Some argue that the robotaxi market is overhyped and that the technology is not ready for widespread deployment. They point to the challenges of navigating complex urban environments, the safety concerns, and the regulatory hurdles. This is a valid perspective that needs to be considered. Remember, not everyone is convinced that robotaxis are the future. What are the strongest arguments against investing in WeRide, and how does the company respond to them? How can you verify WeRide's claims about its technology? One way is to look at independent testing and validation results. Another is to follow the company's progress in real-world deployments. You can also attend industry events and talk to experts in the field. Don't just take WeRide's word for it. Do your own research and draw your own conclusions. Where can you find independent data about WeRide's performance and safety record? So, is WeRide a compelling buy? The answer is complex. The company has a lot of potential, but it also faces significant challenges. The Nvidia investment is a positive sign, but it's not a guarantee of success. Ultimately, the decision of whether or not to invest in WeRide depends on your own risk tolerance and investment goals. Do your homework, weigh the pros and cons, and make an informed decision. What is your personal assessment of WeRide's investment potential? What do you think about WeRide and the future of robotaxis? Let us know in the comments below. Share your thoughts, your questions, and your predictions. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more in-depth analysis of the latest trends in AI and technology. Because the future is coming, and we want you to be ready for it. So, join the conversation and let's shape the future together.